Check out the link in description box below to win an iPhone 11.
Distressing moment: a nurse is caught on hidden camera slapping and poking a wheelchair-bound man. An enraged mother has pressed charges after a nurse was caught on camera kicking, slapping and pushing her wheelchair-bound son. Dawn Caldwell, from Nashville, Tennessee, set up hidden cameras in her living room after she claims to have seen her son's nurse kicking him while placing him on a stander and noticed a change in his behavior. Her 20-year-old son Phillip Craig Carpenter suffers from cerebral palsy and isn't able to speak or defend himself. And Mrs Caldwell said that her son grew irritable and upset a few days after the nurse, Malana Smith, started looking after him. She told NBC News. He was hollering out, smacking the tray on his chair for hours after she would get him out of bed. Mrs Caldwell and her husband installed the cameras earlier this year, and on July 19, they both left the house for a few hours. She said she felt compelled to pull up the camera footage while they were out and then began recording. The footage appears to show Smith aggressively poking and pushing Mrs Caldwell's son and hitting him in the face. At one point she shouts, "Hey! Wake up here!" Mrs Caldwell instantly returned home and made Smith leave. She then reported her to the Jackson County Sheriff's Office. Smith has now received charges from the District Attorney's Office, a report with Adult Protective Services, and a report sent to the Director for the Board of Nursing. Mrs Caldwell told NBC, "What I've seen out here as far as her taunting and tormenting him, that was enough for me. I don't want to see him upset. He doesn't cry like you and I, he doesn't have tears rolling down his face like you or I if we were to cry. He can't come to me and say, 'Hey, she has done this, and I didn't like it' or something." If Smith pays for court costs and stays out of trouble with the law for the next 6 months, her charge of Class B misdemeanor assault will be dropped from her record. Mrs Caldwell said, "I am disgusted by her actions. She doesn't deserve to do this kind of work. I kind of feel let down by the justice system for allowing her a pretrial diversion." The state Tennessee holds a higher penalty for people who abuse the elderly or disabled, and unfortunately we are not seeing that in our case.
Check out the link in description box below to win an iPhone 11.